What's up, y'all? Jessica checking in. Baby, the Atlanta Housewives are back, and I am so excited to review this season. Y'all know I produce a lot of heavy intellectual content, and part of my rebrand to the Jessica Diaries is actually my effort to show you more sides of me, right? So I used to have this blog series called the Jessica Diaries that really blew my blog up. It was very popular. So I kind of want to bring some of those elements here to YouTube. Y'all know I love talking about race and politics, but believe it or not, I binge watch a lot of reality TV. Not a whole, well, yeah, a lot. I watch a lot of reality TV or trash TV. In fact, when I'm watching TV, it's usually reality TV, or I'll put my favorite YouTubers on the TV and let it play. But that's my guilty pleasure. It's my guilty pleasure. It's really a form of self care, to be honest, because I have a lot going on. I got 3 kids. I'm breastfeeding right now as I record. Ari's here with me. Y'all might hear her do a little baby talk in the background. But I mean I'm a mom. I homeschool. I work from home, trying to run my own business. We have a family business. It's a lot. And I've spent a lot of my life being serious. Like, this has to happen this time. This has to be this way. And I just don't want to live like that anymore. I want to do the things that make me happy, things that bring me joy. You feel me? And talking about my favorite shows make me happy. And I kind of overthought it, like, would people not respect my other content because I'm doing this? And I don't want to put myself in a box. I'm not trying to be like nobody else. I'm trying to be like me. So that's what we're working with today. I hope it all plans out. This is my first time trying to record while she's here with me. Maybe she'll talk. I don't know. Maybe she got something to say. She didn't watch this with me, but you just never know. She's looking ready. She's done breastfeeding. I think she's ready. um, I've been waiting for a show to start so I could do these reviews. And this is just the perfect show to bring my commentary back. The Atlanta Housewives, 15 seasons. Can y'all believe it? And if I'm not mistaken, I think I've watched this show since season 1. I think I have, because that was where Lisa Wu and Deshaun Snow. Though, yeah, I've watched this show since the beginning, so I can't believe here we are, 15 seasons later or 14 seasons later, and it's still like, reeling me in. I'm still into it, because a lot of people was like, "Look, y'all got to come with something," and it seems like they may be trying to find a little formula. Now, with that being said, let's get into this season premiere of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the more I watched this episode, y'all, the more I felt the thirst coming from the screen. It's just like, it was a lot of thirst going on. A lot of people was really thirsty in this episode, from Sonya trying to impress these women with this party when she should have been focusing on her husband, then Sheree's friend, and this imaginary beef with Candy, and then Martell and Sheree running around Atlanta like we supposed to be falling for what they got going on. Child, let's talk about it. That's why they were mad at Candy, if you want to be honest. Because Candy exposed that this is a sham. This relationship is a sham. But speaking of their relationship, the episode opens with Sheree actually letting Martell in. And I'm coining Martell as the most hated man in black reality TV. He knows how to get the keyboard warriors be typing when it comes to Martell, honey. And I'm not a Martell hater. I actually find him entertaining. He may not have a lot going on in his life, but I don't watch reality TV for inspiration, right? So I could care less about the business stuff that they do. Now, it's interesting, and sometimes it is helpful, it is inspiring, but that's not why I watch reality TV. I watch reality TV for the mess. Like, give me some entertainment to escape from the stuff I got going on in my life. And I think Martell does that. He gives the people what they want when it comes to TV. He's reality TV gold. And that's why Carlos is not trying to hear y'all when y'all tell him to fire him. He let Destiny go, but Martell's here to stay, baby. And I think he made a smart move actually to get, getting with Sheree and pretending to be her man, pretending to be her man this season. Cause he needs to change the TV scenery, and for real, Bravo is an upgrade. It's an upgrade. It's a whole different audience. It's a whole different type of budget. Like it is an upgrade. You got to be real about this. So I think that was smart for him and Sheree. But I love the Sheree's look. She always looks good. That body is banging, and I love her blonde highlights in her hair. And Martell is still wearing these tight clothes. Did y'all see him in that bow tie? He could barely move his neck. I just don't understand why he won't wear clothes that fit. But I when I'm looking at Martell and Sheree, I don't believe that they genuinely have romantic feelings for one another. I think it's just about the sex and opportunity. Like he's helping her with her storyline. She's helping to keep him relevant. They might be having good sex in the process. But they do have chemistry. Like you can't deny that they have chemistry on the screen. And Sheree ain't that good of an actor. Neither is Martell. Well, Martell probably is better than her. But Sheree's not a good actress. And they had chemistry, in my opinion. What y'all think? The chemistry was given like they really been kicking it for real. But if you ask me, I still believe that this was to help Sheree's storyline. And then Martell needed a bag. And since he is not trying to be a nobody's home, I think he's really milking his reality TV career right now, which I ain't mad at that. Get your money. But at the end of the day, they look desperate and thirsty. But hey, it gives us something to talk about. I do want to say this before I move on. I do think it's a little too soon for Martell to be on TV with another woman, especially having 5 children. One of whom is a teenager entering her teen years, and then you have their son who will be a teenager soon. I just think the timing is bad, especially with all the drama that's going on with him and his divorce. So I don't think like he's thinking about his children, doing this. But anyway, Sheree tells him about the party that Sonya's throwing for Ross, and she gives him this rundown of who all is going to be there. And from the looks of it, he is upset with Candy and Todd, but really he's mad at Candy. He's just kind of throwing Todd in there. But Candy made a comment that he was an opportunist and he was using Sheree. So Martell threw a little shade toward Todd and Candy and said that Todd was actually the opportunist. And I don't know, Martell, I don't think you want smoke with Todd. I really don't think that's what you want to do, because he ended last season pretty turned up. I know he knows about you, so I would not bark up that tree. I wouldn't bark up that tree. Who y'all got, Martell or Todd, in that fight? I think I'm gonna go with Todd. Well, Martell big. I don't know who y'all got. But we go to the next scene with Candy and the gang. Calm and his back. Y'all remember how Mama Joyce used to say her name, Calm, and Candy's one of my favorites on this show. I enjoy watching her work. Now I think she works too much, and her family has always complained about that. That's actually what they talked about in this scene, and I think Candy probably should start listening. And I'm just saying it from experience, because it has come up in my marriage. Work ethic and always working and never really making it time. But you can tell that Candy's just one of those people who loves running a business. She loves being a boss. She's good at it. So it's her passion. But when you become a mom and a wife, you do have to shift your priorities. That just is what it is. Children will appreciate the money. They're going to appreciate the success you built. But memories are all we have at the end of the day, and they're longing for that time with her, and I think she should listen. Kenya and Monyetta come in, and they start talking about Kenya's new man that Monyetta, I guess, hooked her up with. She seems happy. I love me some Kenya more, baby. She's fun to watch. She gives us everything, the laughs, vulnerability. Then she's shady and messy too. Love me some Kenya Moore. So they start talking about Sherelle. I'm sorry, I keep saying I'm trying to put Sheree and Martell's name together. Sherelle. They were talking about Sheree and Martell's relationship, and Kenya spills the tea that Martell had quote unquote tried to holler at her in the DMs. Now, when they went to go look at it, it was one of those situations where you had to accept the message. So I think Kenya's reaching. Now he probably was trying to holler at her, but I think it was a reach that he was sliding in the DMs because she don't even know what he said. She didn't even accept it. So Candy goes on to talk about the a conflict that she's having in her marriage, and let me just say that I can relate. So Todd is wanting Candy's help with this movie that he's writing, and he feels like she isn't making time for him because she's so busy with her things. So he's complaining that he's always helping her but not getting it back in return. And I think that's a fair complaint. We've always seen Todd helping Candy and taking ownership of a lot of her projects, but we've rarely, if ever, seen her do the same. Now, I do remember seeing her like support him, but as far as taking a major role like he does with her projects, I don't remember her ever doing it, but I could be wrong. Y'all let me know in the comments if there has been a time where Candy kind of pushed his project. I can't remember. You know, I got the mommy brain going on right now. So let me know if I'm wrong about that. But I appreciate Candy's vulnerability and sharing that struggle because, like I said, I can relate to that. My husband and I have constantly struggled to balance support for one another's dreams. And I felt like Candy at times that he sort of sabotaged my efforts or what could have been my effort. But my husband, I mean, some of the stuff that she was saying that Todd saying, I've definitely heard. So I appreciate hearing that. And one thing about Candy, she's always gonna bring it real life with her storylines, and I love that. That's why she's still here after all these years. The people don't always see it for Candy, but I think that she's a good part of this cast, a good part of this show being successful because she knows how to get in where she fits in. I loved what Kenya said about not wanting to see Candy and Todd in divorce court, and that's a real friend. That's a healed friend because a miserable bitch would have immediately started trashing Todd. You know, she gave her great advice, truthful advice, the only advice in that situation. And that's why you need to have friends who truly love you and want the best for you and have God in their life. You want the kind of friends who will tell you to fight for your marriage, make your husband a priority, because the culture tells you to kick his ass to the curb. And I'm telling y'all, get you some good, godly people in your life when you get into a marriage or when you get in a relationship, that serious relationship. Do not listen to these miserable folks on the internet. And then these folks on the manosphere and then this feminist corner of YouTube that hate men. Like, don't don't listen to that. You will be right there with them. Moving on. Ari's a little turned up now. Y'all let me know if there's too much. Not that I'm live, but I'll know for future videos to try to keep her out of the room. But moving on. We have Sonya and all her family having a family meeting about the upcoming party. Now, I love my family. I have avoided leaving Mississippi because I love my family so much and just cannot imagine living without them. I want them close to me, but not that close. Not as close as Sonya and her family is. I cannot fathom living in my home with my husband and my three kids and then waking up every day and I'm seeing my mama and my dad and my sister, her husband, they kid. That's just too much. It's way too much. I know like nobody in their house have any kind of privacy. Um, I just can't see it. Now I'm sure it's convenient at times, especially with Sonya having a 5-year old and then her sister having 2 kids and their mom is there to help them. But I value my privacy and freedom too much. I really don't see how they're living like that. I like my space. I just want to be with my man after the kids have gone to bed. We laugh and talk shit on the couch, watching videos, laughing, kicking it. And I'd be mad if I look to the side and my mom in the kitchen with her nightgown on. That would be terrible. I don't see how they're doing it. And you can tell it's a little kind of friction going on there. But I'm glad that Sonya's trying to redeem herself from that party she threw. But I think that she should focus on Ross a little bit more, to be honest. So we learned that her brother-in-law is her assistant, and immediately I'm like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Now she hired him from a good place, but with him living in her house, on top of that, and being married to her sister, that's just not a good idea if you ask me. Living together, working together, then your family. That's just too much. And her sister, they were having a discussion, and her sister seems to be very protective as her husband, as she should. But ma'am, y'all are in this woman's house. She paying y'all. You need to humble yourself or just get your own house. It's see, I'm kind of like that. If I'm at home, and sometimes when me and my husband kicking it, I may bring up some work stuff. And he's like, Jessica, you're killing the vibe. I don't want to talk about work stuff. So I get what her sister is saying. Like, he's not on the clock. He needs to eat or whatever. But that's the nature of the type of arrangement y'all got going on. Get your own house. So is this a Jamaican thing that people live with their families like this? Please enlighten me. But I will say this. When her sister started to explain her side in her confessional, it's given that Sonya might be the problem. And she's using her money, and it's her house. I feel like the sister may be alluding that she's controlling him through that, or that like it's something there. What do y'all think? I feel like it's more there, and the producers are probably gonna start chipping away at it as the season goes on. Next up is Marlo. I was hoping that she would not be back on this show. I liked her a lot better when I knew less about her and I saw her list. She just kind of goes too low for me. Very, very classless. And she's better as a sidekick. Everybody doesn't have that main character energy. I feel like she's a great side chick. Like this. I'm sorry, not side chick. Side kick. She's a great sidekick. Are y'all feeling Marlo? How do y'all feel about her on the show? It looks like her nephews are back with her. They're cooking dinner together. She's alluding to them being with her permanently. And I really hope she don't kick them boys out like she did last season. I think she started to see how they affected her public image, because people were mad at her, myself included. And it kind of seemed like she was using them for her storyline, but I don't know. And this scene it seems like she's trying to clean it up. She got the life coach that came in, that's helping her with her new life, and helping her nephews, helping her try to parent. They're showing a lot of growth on her part. I gotta give it to her. But it could be just her redemption tour, because she knows how wrong she was for doing what she did last season, because it was wrong. So are y'all buying into this new version of her that she's trying to sell? And I'm gonna make a prediction. I think she's going to go to the gutter before it's all said and done this season. But I do wish the best for them. Blended families are hard. We have my stepdaughter during the week now, and it's a huge adjustment. Mothering her is a lot different from mothering my own children. So I'm going to give Marlo the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to hold her to this change, and hopefully she does not let me down or her nephews. And more importantly, hopefully she doesn't let her nephews down. And speaking of her nephews, they do seem to be more comfortable on camera. Like, they've grown a lot too. They're much more mature, and I'm happy for them. This is the Marlo I want to see if I gotta see her, right? Like, if I gotta see Marlo, this is the Marlo I want to see. Now, one thing about Sheree is she gonna wear the hell out of some workout clothes, but her body looks so good, baby. I would be wearing them too. I wish mine looked like that. She really should consider being a fitness influencer for women over a certain age. Like for women in her age group, I think she could do really well and have some major collaborations. But Sheree ass don't want to do nothing for real. She just want to sit and look pretty, be in her big house, go to these social events, be a housewife without a husband. And I'm not mad at that. I just wish she would stop playing with folks and just come out and say, look, y'all push this She by Sheree shit on me. I don't want to do this. I mean, because what Candy was saying earlier in the episode, she didn't want to pay nobody. She not like, Sheree ain't trying to do nothing for real. Let it go. We have more energy for She by Sheree than Sheree do. So Sonya and Sheree do a workout together, and I think it's really nice how Sonya isn't afraid to tell Sheree how good she looks. You could tell she was like in awe of her body, her booty or something. And I ain't gonna lie, that booty is bootying. I need her booty workout plan because mine is just, oh, mine ain't bootying the way it used to. But speaking of booties, did Phaedra and Apollo do some type of booty workout or something like that? I feel like they did. So Sheree's friend Courtney comes over and did the little fake thing they do when you open the door, so fake and performative. But Sonya was too eager to be friends with her, still as thirsty as she has ever been. So Courtney's a marketing consultant, which also happens to be my quote unquote real job. But instead of making jewelry like her, I make candles and body products. Shameless plug. Check us out, loftonandcompany.com. And Sheree's home is so beautiful. For a minute, I thought that they were at a restaurant, like they were at a bar at a restaurant. I had forgotten that they were still at her home. You know, she has a beautiful, beautiful home. And I feel like we just haven't seen as much of it. You know, like she gives us a little here or there, but I would really like love to see an extended tour of her home. I feel like Shade Room may have done one with her. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful home. So they're talking about the birthday party again. This time they're going through the guests. Courtney says that she knows Candy, and she throws it out there that Candy was asking about her. And is it me or was Courtney giving drunk? She was like giving drunk under the influence of something. That's just what it looked like. I'm not saying she was, but I don't know. Something about her is off. And it seemed to me like a reach that Candy's checking for her. And it looks more like Sheree brought this girl in to the fold because the last lady she had didn't get along with Drew, and Drew shut that down. Speaking of Drew, we haven't seen her this episode. And honestly, she's kind of not needed. I hate to say that because I like Drew, but yeah, we haven't seen her at all yet. But anyway, so yeah, I think Sheree brought this girl on because she really don't want smoke with Candy, but she wanna like get at Candy and make it part of her story too. She just can't hold her own when it comes to the clapbacks and stuff. So they talk about Martell while they're drinking, and to me, Sonya and Courtney are not Sheree's real friends because if they were, they would have told her to run, not walk, run to the nearest exit. Martell has so much drama and baggage going on. Sheree is at a point in her life where she just really don't need that. And he got all them young kids. Baby, no. Mm-mm. So we're taken to the party venue. We see that Sonya did have a party planner, thank God. And she's saying that she spent 100K on the party. And, you know, maybe that's what rich people do. I don't know that I would ever spend that type of money on a birthday party. But from the looks of everything, the party it looked great. Really, really nice. The Harlem Nights theme was cute. And Ralph gonna bring his old dusty tail in there without Drew saying she not feeling well. They got a family's crisis going on. And I'm like, well, Ralph, sir, why are you here? Why are you here at the party? You're saying she has a family crisis on, like she not your family. Back to the party. Everyone looked really good. Ross was looking good. He seemed happy. It looked like it was a great party. Sheree arrives with Martell on her arm. He cheesing from ear to ear. Martell was just happy to be out of Alabama, okay? But like I said, Bravo is a come up or an attempted come up for Martell in comparison to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Um, and it's given that he's trying to start a long reality TV career, like, you know, on some Safari stuff, like, you know, he's giving Safari. But Sheree is immediately nervous when Kenya comes around because she knows that Kenya's gonna beat Kenya. And before Kenya could even start, you know, talking to her, Sheree was shading her marriage. And I'm like, wasn't Kenya there when Sheree went through what she went through with Tyrone? Like, what kind of friends are y'all? And that old Marlo could not resist stirring up drama. That's what she lives for. And it seems like she's trying to like steer clear of Candy and Todd and not get on her bad side, but she's still in it, and y'all caught that Sonya was the one that told Marlo about Courtney and what she had going on with Candy. That's apparently only happening in her head. So yeah, Marlo is still being messy. Sonya's still being messy. Child, they just messy, messy, messy. I see we're gonna have to watch Sonya this season too. She's doing the same stuff she was doing last season that everybody criticized for her for, and nobody wanted to see her back either. Um, she's just so messy. And Courtney is thirst bucket of the year, right along with Martell. And that's why she's hanging with Sheree, Sonya, and Marlo. Because if it were my TV introduction, because we don't know who Courtney is, I wouldn't be running with them. Not on this show. And at her big age, I wouldn't be pressed about somebody saying we're friends that I supposedly don't know. Like, who really cares about that? And Marlo was just eating up all that tea. Now we move to the ladies as a group, and they're discussing Martell and Sheree. And I'm not Martell's biggest fan, but I don't think it was cool for Candy and the other ladies to be discussing him. And discussing his relationship with Sheree and what he's doing or not doing in these Atlanta streets while at the party. And he's there with her. I wouldn't have done it there, especially because it's already tension between Sheree and Candy, that stemmed from Candy's comments. And you could tell Kenya wasn't trying to say too much at that moment. She was just saying, look, if it's about the D, let it be about the D. Candy says, what if it's not? And with her not being cool with Sheree right now, at least from Sheree's point of view, it's weird that she's trying to figure out what they're doing. Like, Candy, you don't care for real. I think Candy comes off, or to me, Candy comes off as a little over invested in the women's dating lives. But maybe I'm tripping. Let me know in the comments. Does Candy have a tendency to do this? I feel like she does. Now, Sheree was looking really, really good at the party. I think she was the best dressed. I like Kenya's outfit too, but to me, Sheree, like, she stole the shine from the cast. Like, she was beautiful. Courtney finally gets the moment that she's been wanting. Courtney approaches Candy all sweet and nice, not with the energy that she's had this whole episode whenever she was on camera and was talking about Candy. Her energy was so different. At first she was sweet, and then it got really weird. And if somebody approached me like that, who I only know through one other person in the world, I would never want to deal with them again. And you can tell that Courtney, like I said, she really, really wanted a moment. And I hate Candy gave it to her, because she gave it to her. And I wonder if these women look back on their behavior on the shows or some of the decisions that they make and have any shame, because I don't care what the check is. I am not about to play myself on national TV and be looking thirsty and pressed. I'm just not. Courtney saying how her feelings were hurt. Like, what? Now it's about her allegedly saying these nice things about Candy and her feelings were hurt. Like, girl, I'm glad Candy called out her energy, because you don't interact with somebody you don't know like that. That's what gets you popped. People are crazy these days. And you could tell that Candy's reaction was genuine, because she really looked confused. Like, and she didn't like Courtney's energy at all. And for her to say, I'm about to headbutt her. You know how mad you have to be to headbutt somebody? I've never done it. I've never seen anybody do it, but headbutt? That's the type of mad where we're talking just ain't gonna do. You gonna have to get their attention. So, yeah, Candy was pissed. Now we go to Monyetta trying to get the scoop on Sheree's relationship as a follow-up from when her, Candy, and Kenya were talking about it. And it is messy, because is she even cool with Sheree like that? Like, we were introduced. I don't know much about Monyetta other than her being Neo's ex and appearing on this show. I don't know anything else about her. I believe like he had her get her tubes tied or something, and then had a baby with his new wife. I don't know. That's all I pretty much know about her. She's Candy's friend on the show. So I don't know if she's like trying to get a larger role or what, but to have her, trying to get the scoop, that was, I don't know. Is she cool with Sheree like that? Let me know. Um, Again, I think it was tacky to do this while Martell and Sheree were at the event together, and it did cause some drama as we see in the previews for the next episode. So yeah, that's about it for this. Before I get out of here and give my episode rating, I want to do something fun and look at all the confessional looks. And tell you all what my favorite was, and the runner up, and then the one that I did not like, the one I liked the least. So first up is Marlo. Marlo was the only one to give us 3 looks, I believe. And out of her 3, I love the black. I love her with the black hair and the silver sparkly makeup. I think that was her best look. The other 2 kind of aged her, like the blonde hair. Yeah, the blonde, I'm not feeling it on her. I like the black. It looks very, very youthful, that look. Next is Candy. And before y'all say I'm anti-black or self-hating, I have worn my natural hair since 2010. No, actually 2009. No, 2010. So I love me some natural hair. I actually wear an afro a lot. But I'm not feeling the afro, Candy. Sorry. And her other look is okay. The jewels on her skin kind of look like moles. So I don't know. I ain't really liking it. But yeah, it's Candy. Sheree looks good. I really liked her silver look. I like the blue one too. Even the sweater gives a little like 2000 with the ponytail and the earrings, but she looked good. Sheree looked good. Monyetta, I put Monyetta and Sonya's sister in the same frame because they only like appeared once, and Monyetta looks gorgeous. Sonya's sister looked like she about to go to work, child. So Sonya, I actually love her hair with the white. The bang and the other look, it's not bad, but that other one looks really great. And then lastly, but certainly not least, Miss Kenya Moore. I always like to see Kenya's hair in that wavy look that you see on the right with the peach. It makes me think of her like as a black Barbie. She looks like a black Barbie doll. But of all of these, my favorite is, drum roll, Monyetta. Monyetta is had my favorite confessional look, and my runner up would be Marlo with the black. Only because that's something that I would wear, because I kind of want to give Sheree that runner up spot, but I'm giving it to Marlo with the black. Now, finally, my episode rating. I give this episode a 5 out of 5 stars. It was a great episode. The drama was there. The mess was there. We got to see what everybody's up to right now. A good introduction. I don't know. Maybe I should give it 4 stars because we were missing Drew, and we got Ralph saying a family emergency. I don't know. Maybe they could have found a way to incorporate Drew a little bit more in there. But yeah, what do y'all think about this episode? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to review this show. As y'all can hear, I told y'all my daughter she be on me. She's attached to me. So if y'all not feeling it with her in the background, I guess I'll have to, reconsider maybe being able to review all these. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content. And I will see you all, talk to you all in the next video. Bye.